My name is Hamza Hmaidi. I'm 31 years old. I'm originally from Morocco. I live in Flint area. I'm 5'6" in a good day, probably 5'5.5". Today I'm 194 empty stomach, and we're about 3.5 weeks out from the qualifier, the Great Lakes Ironman, and 5 weeks out from North Americans.
So since last time we filmed stuff, how's any big changes have happened or anything? How you
Last time we filmed, I was 200 pounds on the dot after we did a refeed. My coach is Scott McNally. Today we're like 194.2. We're getting a little tighter. Yeah.
How's energy levels going up?
Energy level is a little low. I have to be smart with selection of the exercise I do and with my warm-ups. So I'm like saving up a lot on my warm-ups to save some energy for the working sets. Yeah.
Strength though, man, still seems to be like some serious weight.
Yeah, strength is still there, but as I said, I have to like consume my energy for the last sets. Then I do like back off sets or like, so we still like going intense after the working sets as well. Yeah.
Would you say based on your background and stuff, were you just naturally like a stronger person in general? Just like genetically, like you're basically stronger?
Genetically for my weight, I think I am. Yeah, like, but strength is relative. There's always like stronger people than you and stuff, but yeah, I feel like I'm above average. Yeah, when it comes to strength. Yeah.
You move some serious weight, especially for, like we talked about last time, a lot of guys back off as they get ready and you
Yeah. Yeah, like my goal like is to maintain the strength in the cutting phase. Even if the reps drop, I still want to go as heavy as I went off season. Then like we do like a little drop in the weight, but I have to maintain that strength because it's really like keeps the muscle sticking like while I'm dieting. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
go ahead and take us through your workout today, but the movements and why you like those movements.
Yeah, I usually like do 2 push sessions. One is focused on chest, and I do some delts, some shoulders kind of by the end. And I have another session that it's mostly focused on shoulders, but I touch a lot of chest too. Today the focus was chest. We started off with some warm-up for the rotator cuffs, and we did cable crossover. We did 3 sets of warm-ups, and we did incline dumbbell presses. We did like 4 warm-up sets. Then we did 1 working set and 1 back off set, which is still a working set. And we moved into flat Smith machine. I did 3 sets. The last one was drop sets. We did like 4 drop sets till failure. And from there we moved into the decline hammer press. I did just like 2 sets, 2 working sets, and we did a variation. Before we did the hammer press, we did a variation of shoulders. Like my chest was like leaning on the bench, and we pressed it just like to isolate like more front delts. That was like a really good movement. I always feel it on my shoulders more. And from there we did some supersets between front raises, side laterals, and dumbbell flies. We only did 2 sets, and the last sets of the dumbbell flies we did 15-second stretch, just to stretch it out, to push as much blood to the muscle as possible. That was for the chest, yeah, but it was like a superset. We actually started with the dumbbell flies, yeah. So everything was hurting at the at the time, yeah.
When you're, as you get depleted and stuff like, before you're doing your heavy lifts and stuff, like how do you get motivated for a lot, or like before your workouts and stuff, like what's your mindset coming in the gym and stuff?
My mindset, like I usually like, I don't write my program or anything, but like I have it registered in my head. That's what I'm gonna do when I go to the gym. Like in off season, I can just go by how I feel because I'm always feeling amazing, always feeling good. So I'm gonna push more weights. I'm gonna do a little bit extra. But in that phase where we're like just 3.5 weeks out, like energy is low. Like when you come to the gym, like you start like thinking, oh, let me like do this instead of this, which you try to make it easier. But like now, like I set up my workout at home just in my head. And I come here and I do exactly what I was set to do. Like my brain is like, my feelings always like, yeah, just go lighter on this or do this instead of this just to make it easy. But no, like I have the plan in my head. I come here to the gym and I just execute. Yeah.
No, and you're, like I said last time, you're controlled, your movements are controlled. You're not the weight or anything, you're very methodical.
Yeah, always control as much as possible. Yeah, because we're trying to work the muscle. It's really cool to lift heavy, but if you cannot control it, there's no point of doing that. Yeah. Yeah.
What's Scott doing with your cardio right now?
Cardio, like last time, we just bumped it up to 55 minutes, 30 in the morning, and 25 minutes on the step mill after. Like we're just trying to target the glutes a little more because those like the last areas that come out, and we're doing good. Yeah, last time it was 200 pounds. This time, like I said, I'm like 194, and metabolism is actually like kicking hard, so it's working. So, yeah.
Is it like, are you feeling pretty good what you're looking at? Like it must be kind of rewarding to come in as you start to get closer to the show and tightening up.
I'm leaving that to Scott. Scott knows, you know, like we've always, when we get to that stage, we think we're not lean enough. We think we're like fat. Then like after like you're done the show or you look at your pictures, you're like, oh, I was actually really lean. So I'm like trying to not think about it, but still like we still have a lot of work to do. Yeah. Yeah. But I think we're on track. Yeah.
So you're 3.5 weeks out to the qualifier, and then 5 weeks out?
Yeah, it's exactly 5 weeks out from North Americans. And about, I think it's 9 or 10 weeks out from Mr. Olympia Amateur. Yeah, yeah.
Which is in Florida this year, right?
It's in Florida. It's booked. We're going to have fun there. Scott is probably going to be there. Yeah. And I'm going to see you in North Americans. Yeah.
Very cool, man.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, good luck. People you'd like to thank and stuff, man?
I want to thank you for, you know, always like being here for me, for all the help you do with bodybuilders, especially here in Michigan and in other states. And I want to thank my girlfriend, Kara Kazmarek. I always gonna say that. I love her to death. She's the real MVP. She always grills the best chicken and beef. I know that should be my job, but I want to thank all my friends back home. Kevin Kazmarek, Mom. I'm really depleted, kind of depleted. I hope I don't forget anyone. Zuhair, Mahmoud, all of them. Yeah. Yeah, man. Like my friends back home are the best. Like I live in a small town. Like I lived in a small town back home, and people are very supportive because we don't have much bodybuilders over there. So like, and they haven't seen people, and they're telling me that I'm gonna be Mr. Olympia, and I'm still like trying to prove myself just in a regional and like national stage. But I appreciate their love and support, all of them. I'm really sorry if I forgot anyone. I love you all, and thank you. Thank you for Vinny, for the gym fitness center, for letting us film here, and for providing the best atmosphere. Yeah.
Well, good luck. We'll be catching you for the arm day here.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much.
Sounds good.
That was awesome.